Another weekly cup of Joe, and I've got a really cool story to tell you about zebra mussels that inspired me. But before I tell that story, we are wrapping up a 5-part series on the word agape, which is the cornerstone of a great company culture, and quite frankly, the cornerstone of a great family culture as well. Agape is a Greek word that means a choice to respect. It's non-emotional. It's a choice. Even though you had a bad day and you might have disrespected me, I choose to respect you back. This comes out of a more deeper dialogue with April Johnson and myself on the Dignity Dialogue. So please tap into our podcast to learn more about agape. So let me tell you the zebra mussel story. I was reading the paper, this was a couple of years ago, and yes, I still read the paper. I'm old, I still love getting the paper. And I'm sad they discontinued it on Saturday, but I digress. So there was this article about Lake Superior. There was this natural harbor. And if you know anything about the Great Lakes, there's zebra mussels that have invaded. We have to wash the bottom of our boat. We have to make sure we don't transmit anything into other lakes. And zebra mussels are this tiny little hard-shelled, kind of a snaily kind of thing. And this little community in Lake Superior had a natural harbor where the residents obviously kept their boats and so forth safe from the winds and everything that happens in Lake Superior. And they discovered that one day they couldn't get out of the harbor and that zebra mussels have completely clogged up this opening. And so an individual decided to take it upon himself to get a small barge and a little backhoe, and he cleared out the area. I think he gathered like $1,000 or something or whatever he needed from some residents, and they decided to clear the passage out. And within a month and a half, because of the currents, those zebra mussels filled the harbor. I want you to think about this. A zebra mussel represents something that challenges you that you're not saying. Okay? So a spouse, an employee, a child does something that just kind of gets under your skin, but you let it go. Right? You're not respecting them by running to them and telling them. And all these little things start building up. And that harbor represents the path between two people communicating. When we truly practice agape and a choice to respect, why not, when you see one, maybe 3 of those zebra mussels, rush to it? It's not that big of a deal yet. Hey, do you know you're doing this? Do you know that decision could lead to this? Like, have a conversation about it. Get that stuff out. Move that out so we can keep our path of communication clear. So it's what we don't say that gets in the way of communication, not what we do say. So run into it, practice agape, and get after it. The cornerstone of a great culture is agape. It's Joe with another weekly cup of Joe.